Let's make sure this is working. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Just take care of something real quick. All right. Cool. Hi, Ms. Wicked Wolf. Oh, boy. All right. Boy, I do not have a lot of shots. I hope you had fun with that. Don't have a revolver. Let's grab that. Speaking of dropping. Yeah. Safely and massive bleeding sarcasm quotes. A255. I think it would be more accurate to say, you haven't seen me yet this year. Damn it. Shit. Oh, God. I cannot dodge. God, get out of the way, get out of the way. Alright, what blocks the shot? I know the pillar blocks the shot, but it's like only in one place, which makes it really hard to maneuver anywhere else. Is there anything else that blocks the damn shot? Fuck! Oh, that's annoying. That's the point at which it's weak, but I can't just shoot it from any angle. I've got to get in front of it, but I move so damn slowly that by the time I get there, to actually have an angle to shoot at it from, it's already come out of its vulnerable state. God, I move so slow. Whoa. Ooh. Ha! Shit! Shit! Come on, go down. Come on. Okay. Oh. Well, if you don't plan to get actually drunk, Miss Wicked Wolf, that is a good thing to have on New Year's. The hell are you? Adler. Visitor. Welcome to our facility. You've caught us at an unfortunate time. How can I help you? I'm looking for a Gestalt. A worker at our facility? Oh, that angle makes me nervous. That angle makes me think he's about to push me into the open shaft. To sort of counteract the horrifying nature of the game, I'm eating cake. A worker at our facility? Let me see that picture. What'd you think, 255? Alina Seo. I believe she's one of our factory workers. However... Ah! Called it! You shouldn't have returned. So fuck you, buddy. You're on the shit list now. Along with everything else that's currently trying to kill me. The hell? Issa. Who the hell's Issa? Must have fallen asleep waiting for Erica. She already go home without me? We wanted to get some books from the library together. Should check if she's still there. Oh, is this a first-person section? Ah, damn it. Okay, so I can't open that, so that's not where I'm going. What about here? Rottfort, Sector C, Mandelbrot Polytechnical High School. Okay. There's light there. Hello? What the? Whoa! Level 5? Oh, great. Terrific. Do I still have my inventory? Okay, yes. I have very few shots of that. Probably better switch to the shotgun because I've got more shots with it at the moment. No entry. Alright. Ooh, save room. What's this? Thermite. Oh, great. If that's here, I'm going to end up needing it. Maintenance key, yes. Alright. Let's save, first of all. So I did play this a little bit off stream. The thermite is to help ensure that enemies stay dead, because if you don't burn the bodies, they might get up again later. Which is a disquieting detail, I have to say. I'm just going to check something. All right. Paternoster engine room. It seemed to be. Oh, what's this? Fuses. Fuse required. All right, so okay. Is that what it says for? That's what it says for everything. Okay. So I need at least a fuse, if not multiple fuses. Got it. Okay. Maintenance key. Oh, well, that got put to use pretty much immediately. I guess that helps make sure that it funnels you to the safe room before you go anywhere else. Oh, flood overflow? Oh, crap. How deep does this damn thing go? Postbox key. Okay. Another thing to keep an eye out for. What the hell is that shaft? Are those bodies? I was about to ask how many people has he pushed down that shaft. I think the question might be, how many times has he pushed me down that shaft? Oh, man. This game is deeply unsettling. Oh, okay. So, getting pistol ammo, then let's stick with the pistol and reload. That's all blockaded. Hey, Context. Good to see you. Owl key. Seems random. 12mm. I don't have a 12mm, but I'll take the ammo. Angry note. I'm officially sick of the Yules next door. They've been listening to that stupid song nonstop since the piano room was locked. If I have to hear it one more time, I'm going over there and smashing that stupid tape recorder to pieces. I wonder if there's a way we can borrow a key so we can get into their dorm, put an end to this madness. I don't care about breaking quarantine if it means never having to hear that song again. What's this? Buyan. Looks like space travel of some kind. Storched? Don't know. Very military recruity, that bit. Ah, shit. Ah. How many shots does that leave me in this? One shot. Jesus. Part of what's terrifying is, part of the reason I'm coming back to this game is I adjusted some of the difficulty settings to make the combat Auto injector, yeah. To make the combat a little easier and to simplify the inventory management, because I'm more interested in the story than being beaten around the head and neck with inventory management and the combat. And even that, like, I have so little ammo for what I'm dealing with. Good grief. Oh, God, there's so many of them. Oh, shit. All right, back up, back up, back up. Repair patch, yes. Lighting malfunctions, okay. It's basically indistinguishable from right-wing straw man of environmentalism. I mean, like, can't you imagine some right-winger being like, net zero, you saying we can't fly or use boats ever? I mean, I understand how you got there. I don't agree, because I think it's also, like, flat out showing the dangers of acting like improvement is impossible, in its own way. So I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say I don't agree. And there is a difference between saying you don't agree with someone and saying they're wrong. I think saying you're wrong is talking from a more objective is the wrong word, but, like, it's more far-reaching than just saying I don't agree. So I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I don't agree. Hard mode was a lot. Normal mode was a lot. Like, this is not my genre. I don't play survival horror, so I have no shame in bumping some things down to an easier setting. Like, the environment and atmosphere is freaking me out enough. I don't need to be having panic attacks that I can only carry 6 things and have no ammunition. I mean, I can now carry more than 6 things. I still have no ammunition, but gah. Memorandum, lighting malfunctions. Due to a recent incident involving a certain starling that shall remain unnamed, I've adjusted all doors to require visible light to open. Should hopefully stop any more non-service cadre personnel from endangering themselves by stumbling into dark rooms until we take care of the lighting issues. If you've been assigned an illumination failure repair task, remember to equip a flashlight module so the door sensors will let you in. So I need a flashlight. Ask Adler ahead of time if you need one. He's usually in his quarters on the 8th floor these days. If I run into Adler again, I would prefer to shoot him, actually. Oh, cripes. Ah! Yep, nope, not going in there. Now, what's that? Repair patch, yes. How am I doing health-wise right now? I'm doing okay. I've got a lot of repair patches. I have a photo module. I need a flashlight module. What is this? Star. Replica overview. Star. Oh, I ran into one of these earlier. Yeah, I'm the same. My preferred way of engaging in games like this was being the guy in the chair for my late best friend who loved survival horrors, but was also a scaredy cat. Security technician guard replica starling. Generation 4 low-cost combat unit, biomechanical with polyethylene shell, bullet-resistant armor plating. Standard model of the Protector security technicians, fitted with extended legs. Well, explains how tall they are. Star units gracefully tower over most stalls despite their heavy armor. They can move swiftly with their long stride. Their cool and detached demeanor allows them to analyze situations with objectivity Deploy force as required, trained in close combat and riot control techniques. They operate best in small squads, led by an officer star unit equipped with a ballistic shield. Oh, so there's a leader. Got it. Your access needs should not be a stress point for a game. I agree, Contact. Like, I tried it on its default settings, because that's generally what I do when I first try something, because the default settings is usually what it has been optimized for and is the quote-unquote intended experience. But I have no shame in messing with settings and like, games should have accessibility settings. To not have them is to say anyone who needs these is not welcome here, which is just kind of a crap thing to do. I also think it would have benefited from not being set in the Doctor Who universe, so they didn't have to reset everything at the end. That one I'll grant you 255. Again, like, my general thing with War Between the Land and the Sea is I don't care for a lot of the choices that it made, but I thought it handled them well. Like, I don't like that choice either, but it did give it weight. It didn't do that as frivolously as I would have thought had I known in advance that's what it was going to do. Oh, God. Oh, that is a big blood smear. Is that a hole? That's a hole. Oh, cripes. Oh, this game is stressful. Ada. Arar. Generation 2 low-cost general purpose biomechanical team. Tough worker bees of the construction and repair industry. One of the earlier replica designs. The simple but effective Aras are actually the most produced replica type to date. The strong and heavy worker units are a perfect fit to work for construction and production industrial goods. In many places throughout our nation, Aras have already replaced all Gestalt workers in fields like climaforming and explosive ordnance disposal. Ooh, is that a... What is that? Ooh, stun rod. Yes, I like the stun rods. I like the stun rods a lot. What else we got? Ah! Oh! Whoa. Okay, now I really don't want to drop down, because if you're giving me a lot of ammo right before the option to drop down, that tells me that there's something down there that I need the ammo for. And I think I want to look around a little more before I get myself into that situation. Alright, we'll switch to the pistol because we got more ammo for that. Whew! I have a tutorial up on my Get monitor as I was doing my own stuff, so I'd be ready for when he needed help with puzzles or warnings for big jump scares. The puzzles I've actually been I did look up the solution to the water puzzle because that was pissing me off. But everything else so far I have figured out on my own, and I'm liking the balance on the puzzles. I struggle with balancing access needs with intended experiences. Sometimes I figure out how to bend to fit the game better, and it's fun and fulfilling. Sometimes it's wiser to bend the game to me. Yeah, it varies for sure. And sometimes you can just end up... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shit! Ooh. Sometimes you can just end up figuring out relatively quickly, like, I can adjust this so it's more accessible to me, but there's clearly very little thought that went into what that experience was like, and it's not fun. Like, I've had that kind of thing happen before. I'm struggling to think of a game off the top of my head that did that, but I know some have. Did I look at this one? Yes, I did. All right. Are they going to be right there? Shit. Fuck. back through here. Oh my, on ammo now. 3? Jesus. God, you burn through so much ammo so quick. Well, that's not even true. It's not that you burn through so much ammo, it's just that you're given so little. How am I doing on health? Still doing okay. Alright, that part has definitely gotten way easier. Possibly even too easy. So hang on. Let me... I think I might adjust the combat back to normal. Because I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't like that they call it casual because I know what. Oh, of course, and that door isn't even an option. Great, so I was gonna have to drop down the hole anyway. God damn it. I know casual gamer is often used derogatorily, so I'd rather that wasn't the term that they used, but Alright. I'm afraid the commander won't receive any visitors at the moment. But perhaps I can be of assistance instead. Who are you? I'm the administrator of this facility. Please. There's no need to be afraid. I'm just here to help. None of us are here by choice. Ah! Yeah, a lot of propaganda posters. No space to carry or repair spray. Okay, hold on. What's repair stump rod. Injector. Yeah, we're gonna stick with it as is. I think I would have liked it better if they'd had Homo Aqua reduce their demands to something more reasonable right before the end. Like, to make it clear the humans doing what they did was just about preserving the economy rather than them actually threatening us as a species. I don't know if I agree with that. I understand your perspective. Yeah! Fuck! But I don't know if I agree. Stay down. Alright, see, now I'm in rough shape. Another auto injector. Like, here would be the compromise that I would make 255. I wouldn't say that they should lessen their demands. What I would say is they shouldn't have started melting the ice cap so like there was a direct threat going on, because then that alone I think would make it clear like humanity just isn't willing to compromise. I don't think they should have changed their demands at all, because honestly their demands are what we should have done 10 years ago. So I don't think no space to carry shotgun rounds. What, really? Oh, yeah. Okay. Come on. feel like I want to find a flashlight before I start moving around in there. Yeah, I... Fuse. Hold on, are we currently running? Is everything working? Okay, looks like it. High volt fuse. Your order for replacement parts has been approved. Hey, Starbush was processed by S23 management. Please find and close the requested part for installation. Falcon specifically requested that the repair of the looping lift system be prioritized over other repairs. Please replace the fuse as soon as possible. Huge hassle. Okay, so I don't have any space for it though. All right, well, I guess. Why is it so red in here? What the hell is that? Oh, it's one of those. Oh, fuck. Frickin' combat shield on this thing. Ah! Fuck. Shit! God damn. Alright. We're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna take that. We're gonna burn that body because I don't want to deal with that again. Oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? And why did my radio turn on? Oh, Jesus. Like what you're saying in response to the aircraft and boat stuff got cut. Yeah, I had a hiccup. So my response to that is not that they should have lowered. So my general response was that the point that the show could have made, it didn't. It chose to make a different point. But the point that the show could have made, and I think would have been very valid, would have been, look, cutting you off this way is something you made necessary. If you just dialed back your destruction 10, 20 years ago, then drastic moves like this wouldn't be necessary. This is your fault. I think would have been a point that it really could have made. Okay. Yeah. Ah! Jesus. Oh, fuck. You're fast. Oh, shit. Oh. Jesus. Good thing I found more ammo, because that was all I had. What's this? Protector units store their personal belongings in these lockers. There's nothing of interest for me here. Why are you just saying that? Why wouldn't you check? At a guess, programmed response. By programming, I'm not allowed to check those. Would be my guess. Shutter gate handle. Okay. Hey, Beatmaster. Good to see you. Where was that fuse? Was it in here? Nope. Alright, hold on. 139. Whoa. Whoa! Jesus. Whoa! What the hell was any of that? Oh! Mix of German and I think Japanese. The fuck? There's a keyhole in the painting. Weird. The hell was any of that? Oh. Could have been. I wouldn't know on sight. Have you ever seen the episode of South Park with Kanye West where they convince him he's actually a gay fish and he goes and lives in the sea at the end of the episode? Yeah, I think that was shortly before I stopped watching that. I know it's childish, but all I could imagine was when they show... That's what happened to Park. Usually Mandarin's more blocky looking. I'll have to take your word on that. It needs to be powered down. I wonder if there's a way to turn it on. Well, I've got a fuse now. Still got some rooms to check, though. Alright, what's over here? Nothing. This was where I started in this section. really want a flashlight if I'm going in here. I don't like this. It's too dark to see. Yeah, no shit. Ah! Fuck! Fuck it. What I really need is a frickin' flashlight. Yeah, no, I read that. I read that. I do appreciate that the little, like, red surrounding thing shows up on stuff you can actually interact with. Makes it easier to check around for stuff I've missed. Yeah, I read that. And it won't let me open that, which seems so damn suspicious. Okay. Oh, I had the key for that? That explains some things. Oh, shit. Hold on. If I go up, where's that take me? Ah! Even coming back to areas I've already been to, this is still unsettling as hell. Okay. Oh, whoops. Damn it. Stay down. Stay down. Good. There's also the use of reflections. Like, sometimes I'll catch a bit of my own reflection and something will be like, ah! I'm like, oh, no, that's me. No, this wasn't it. Where was it? Where were the damn fuses? Oh, were they the next way up? Or was it the repair bay? Check the repair bay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, check the repair bay. Or maybe I need to go back up to the 5th level. Open that door. Nope. Ah, shit. Of course there was more than one. Fuck! Yeah! Oh. Got 1 bullet for my 10 millimeter, 3 for the shotgun. I've got ammo for a 12 millimeter that I don't even have. Ah! Whew. There's the fuse box. Okay. If it's not loaded into the weapon, yes, Anarchist Artificer, it does. So, like, I should put the revolver ammo into the storage case because I don't have a revolver. Yes, use the fuse. Now the issue is, I don't know what to do with this. Okay. 120. Oh, 120 volt. Wait. So 230 and 800. So if I do, yeah, no. $50. Okay, let me think. Let me think. Okay. I gotta figure this out. That. Okay, so these are multiples. This, so hold on. Trying to think. So that, we'll do that. Clearly not fully understanding this. Thought I had it, and I don't. Alright, I understand how this side works. Okay. Okay, so I figured out like this half and how this half works and functions. It's this side I don't get. Ugh. I hate games that have Tetris-like system inventory. One thing that annoyed me with the early Resident Evil games. I don't I don't mind it. It depends on how core it is to the experience. Like Tetris inventory is pretty core to say Dredge, and it's practically the entire mechanic of Backpack Hero, which makes them so central that they don't feel like an annoying interruption of primary gameplay. They're very core to the entire thing. So I think it can work. I think Tetris style inventories are irritating when they are a smaller part of a larger game because they require so much attention they feel like a distraction. Uh, okay. So the problem I'm having is like I've figured out these symbols. If it's that style thing, it will take that much away from the bottom one. If it's that style one, it'll add that much to whatever one it's on. So like this switch adds 30 to the bottom number and takes away 50 from the top. So I've figured that out. It's these that are confounding me a bit. Because you'd think to look at it. So like when I haven't adjusted any of these, it just acts as a straight multiplier. But once I turn one of these, it no longer works that way. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So, in theory, 7 I feel like I'm almost there. Hang on. I'm just trying to think. Okay. Where's my damn... Need a calculator. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ah! Oh, hold on. Hold on. Jesus, this is complicated. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No, I had something. It made sense a second ago. Because No. No, I take it back. I'll take a hint. Or honestly, I'll just take the solution. Like I'm understanding like the kinds of things I'm needing to figure out, but it's starting to get past the level where I'm going to find it interesting, and it's just going to take me longer than it's worth. Ah! Think we got it. There we go. I was trying to figure out how the math formula worked. I could have just kept messing with it until I got the result. All right. Let's store some stuff. Let's store the revolver ammo, because I don't even have the revolver. We'll keep the rest for now. Last time I talked to you about Hell of a Boss, I said I wanted Octavia to take over Stolas' old job rather than him ever getting it back. That's because I think Stolas getting his wealth and power back would prevent him from being able to have an equal relationship with Blitz. Would you agree with that or not? No, I don't. Is that a way to resolve the power dynamic? Yes. Do I think that's the only way to do it? No, I'd actually think that might be the least interesting way to resolve that, personally. Because it is just kind of removing the problem rather than, you know, properly addressing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I generally got the theory of it, Anarchist. I just I didn't figure out all the math, but I figured out enough that I could just start tinkering with the knobs. All right. If nothing could screech at me and attack me, that'd be great. Stay down. Thank you. Aha. So that's working now. What does that mean that this is working? Oh. Ooh, shutter gate handle. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. Mina. I just got that. Mining, nuclear tech, high security replica. When it comes to dangerous cargo, heavy machinery, and hazardous environments, no other model rivals the Mina units with their high security, power armor bodies, even in lethal radiation, under crushing pressure, and in zero-G. They keep their calm demeanor and show exemplary work, despite their hulking bodies. Underneath their face shields, a standard Generation 3 cranial construction can be found, making maintenance and social interfacing as easy as with any other replica model. Please note that the Mina neural pattern is not suited for combat use. For combat applications, the Sapper variant should be used, which employs a combat-capable persona in the same frame. For more information, see that. Ah! Ah, son of a bitch. Ugh. I generally have been enjoying Hell of a Boss and has been, but it's hard not to get disappointed when we didn't get the show that it seemed it would. Episodic stories would work so well in both shows. They would. If I'm being honest at this point, I prefer Hell of a Boss to Has Been Hotel. I think it's managed to retain at least the ability to occasionally do episodic and isolated stuff. Has Been kinda has to be moving the main story forward at all times, which is fine. And honestly, it's an interesting thing to have two things set in the same universe approaching narrative differently in the ways that those are. Falk. Commander eyes only. The Protector, I'm not reading that. Commander, the head of each Aeon Facilities Protector Force, is a powerful prototype bioresonant Falk unit. An authority that may never be questioned, the Falk unit serves not just as commander to the Protectors, but as a nearly godlike being, a perception that is underlied by her tall build and resemblance to our nation's leaders, the Great Revolutionary and her daughter. It will, Anarchist, because Amazon didn't get exclusivity on that. They're still coming out on YouTube. It's still an independent production. I think it's not, and I know people misunderstand this deal as well. I think it's not going to be dissimilar to the way that the relationship between Disney and Doctor Who went, which is they can probably give some feedback, but they have no veto power. They can't force a note to be taken. You know what I mean? It is also aided by her powerful prototype bioresonance module, which not only allows her to bend the will of weaker minds and fathom their intentions and emotions, but also grants her the ability to manipulate objects at a distance. Oh, great. Ah! Could ya not? Yeah. The hell? Repair spray plus... That's a lot of them. Ooh, stun rod. I like the stun rod. We're told they're set in the same universe, but I don't get how that's possible given they show hell with totally different ruling structures. Not really. There's different circles of hell. So you'd have to get a flowchart out, but within Hell of a Boss, you're dealing with the much smaller scale by and large. You are dealing with the individual rings. So I forget which ring it is, but the Goetia have ruling authority over a certain ring. The imps are from a certain ring. And when you're dealing with the overlord, Has Been Hotel seems to be set where, by and large, the most of the upper crust are. Not the absolute top, because that is folks like Satan, Mammon, Beelzebub, Lucifer, and there was another one I can't remember now. But they are kind of over everything. But once you get down to individual rings or individual areas, they have their own structures and hierarchies within them, is the short version of that. The Doctor Who comparison doesn't give me hope, given how disappointed I've been with the last few years of Doctor Who. I'm not saying you can't not be disappointed, Anarchist, but I am saying, and I continue to underline, that was not Disney's fault. At least not the way people think that it is. People are like, oh, it's the Disney era. It was Disneyfied. Disney made them. No, Disney didn't. No, they didn't. The errors were RTD and the BBC. It was their errors. Disney just broadcast it. Azrael. Thank you, Beatmaster. Falk's Diary. I don't know how much longer I can go on. Interesting that I'm finding a diary and Falk like in a medical bed. That felt like a setup for a boss fight when I read this stuff before. I don't want to live anymore as what I've become, and Red Eye Beyond the Gate showed me, no, touched me, poisoned me. It feels like my mind has been contaminated, defiled by another person's memories. I'm no longer fully myself anymore, but I've not fully become something else either. I'm stuck here between her and me, with half-formed dreams and recollections penetrating my brain and tainting my every action. Who was she? Or who is she? Who is that white-haired girl? Oh, I've seen that. Why do I long to see her again? Why would she curse me like this? Oh, that's disquieting. The fuck is this? Heavy box fashioned to look like an owl. There are small holes at the top looking like a speaker or a microphone. Huh. Okay. Figure that out. Yeah, I'm getting out of here before you get up. I'm not going to disagree context, but that has nothing to do with the events that happened in the episodes. I'm not saying that Disney had no impact on what happened, but in terms of the narrative choices, Disney had no input. And I would actually say they marketed it decently for the Tenant specials through the first season. They did not market very well for the second season, and it is my guess that they will basically just shadow drop War Between the Land and the Sea. I mean, we'll see what happens, but that's my expectation. I don't want to be here. Don't know what that is, but I don't like it. I gotta find a freaking flashlight, man. Ah, fuck. Locked hummingbird key. These doors are getting more questionable. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Get away from me. Ah, shit. Of course that door's locked. Fuck! Get away from me. No. Fine. How many shots have I got on the pistol? 4. How many shots on the shotgun? 2. Yeah. You know what? We're going to take a look at what's behind the rolling door. I agree with you that people who say Disney bad show are wrong. I'm suggesting that maybe there's a confounding variable. Like that, I'm not going to disagree with that. Oh. Save room. Thank you. God, even the noise to save your game is disquieting. Jesus. I know I've pointed that out before, but it doesn't stop being true. Yule. Yule units are the backbone of USA Nation's workforce. These elegant, multi-purpose workers are suited for all kinds of domestic tasks like cleaning, cooking, simple medical, and office work. Yules are highly social and get along well with each other as well as other replica models. While unfit for combat, their lightweight frame makes them a prime choice for distant facilities where supplies are limited. Owl key, hello. All right. Is there anything I want to put away for right now? I don't think so. I'm gonna save again. With regards to the idea the Homo Aqua's demands, I guess I don't think it's helpful or true to say fixing the environment would involve mass suffering and conceding something you don't need to people who are against doing anything. Okay, let's back up 255. Let us set aside the specifics of the story we're talking about right now, okay? Broadly speaking, would the steps needed to actually address environmental concerns cause mass suffering? No. What it would cause is mass inconvenience, which will be treated by people like it's mass suffering. And that's the problem. At least they didn't pull a Dr. Ex Machina. Judging by the comments I kept getting, it seemed like some people wanted that, which I don't understand at all. Shop key. Oh, okay, so I can't go higher than that through these means. Okay. Okay. Ah, you fucks. Stay down. Oh, I think I might have burned that one. God, the pace at which she moves. So much of this game is just... Okay, hold on. Where was the damn owl room that needed an owl key? That was somewhere. Where was that? Oh, that unlocks from the other side. Oh, of course it does. Freaking course it does. I like to keep the spin-off separate from the main show, but should the Doctor comment on the things that transpired in it. I mean, possibly, if the doctor finds out later, or if you want to imply that the doctor found out later, maybe. I don't really particularly care either way on that. Will this go any lower? Okay, no. All right. Okay. Library key. Ah, fuck. Ah! God damn it. Stay the hell down. The fuck? The number of times I end up saying what the fuck in this game. Eagle key. Flashlight module. Yes! Ah, fucking finally. Ha ha ha! Adler, you mother. Integral part of every protector. Not reading that. Is the administrator unit. A single Adler unit can manage and oversee all administrative tasks for an entire facility, freeing other operational command units to focus on the direct control of protector units. The Adler is designed to work as a direct counterpart to the Falk unit, serving as her adjutant by taking care of necessary paperwork and calculations. Okay. Okay. Today I got a podcast ad for holidays in Abu Dhabi. The advert started with the words, Ramadan is a time to relax and reflect. I really hope they gave some racists a panic attack before they realized what it was really for. All right. Good to have a light. While the war between the land and the sea isn't as good as something like Andor, I'll probably still check it out when it finally arrives on Disney Plus. I think it is worth checking out. Like, it's got its issues, but I certainly feel a heck of a lot more positive on it than I thought I was gonna. Mineshaft access. Administrator's key. Free Gifts, the Nature of Capitalism and Freedom. She explores the nature of constraints and freedom and climate change with lots of existential philosophy. Sounds like a lot, but I found it relatively accessible as a stereotypical scientist. Oh, interesting. All right, so this is... okay. Cool. Well, I can start to check out some of these darkened rooms I couldn't get into before. If you like hearing stuff rather than reading, check out episode 429 of This Machine Kills podcast. It was one of my favorite book reads in 2025. It made me think in interesting ways. Interesting. With award season upon us, what movie are you really looking for to take home big awards? Interesting this year. There's no big villain like Amelia Perez or Maestro. I have no idea what the award contenders are. I don't think in award terms anymore. Come on. God damn. God, how many of these are there? Fuck. Stop aiming at the one that's on the ground. Fuck. God damn! Get away from me. Shit. Storch. Each cadre of protective security technicians is overseen by a controller unit, the most common of which is the stork type. One of the tallest replica models, thanks to their extended legs, storks figuratively and literally keep a distant bird's eye view of any situation, ready to direct, coordinate their assigned security technicians. Their tough, no-nonsense demeanor, though sometimes described as brutal and even cruel, yikes, make them perfect fit for unwavering sentinels of order. Ugh. Somewhat funny things are happening in Switzerland on January 13th. They will finally release the HBO Max app here. What interesting timing. Is that date particularly significant over there? Or just that it's taken so long? Nope. Okay. What did this one need? Hummingbird, right. That one needs the library. Ah! Shit. Get away from me. One thing, yes, but more so, what good is if Netflix will swallow it whole? Well, like, understand, that is not going to happen immediately once the deal has been finalized. Like, it's going to take probably at least a year for all the dominoes to fall on that. So, there we go. That's where the owl key needed to be used. What the hell's in here? What is this? Stun rod, yes, please. I like the stun rods. What is that? Portable audio tape player with a knife embedded in the speaker. Oh, that was that thing that I saw earlier. Pick up broken music cassette? Yeah, sure. What is this? Is that anything? No. Can I take the knife? Nope. When and if the FTC and DOJ will let it go through. Well, I mean, like, even beyond the regulatory hurdles, it just takes time. Like, the entire process of shifting finances and registering things and accounting for either paying out or converting stock, like, just as a bureaucratic process, it takes time regardless of the regulatory end. So, cannot carry any more auto injector. Okay, fine. I won't then. Shotgun rounds, yes, please. .12mm ammo. Oh, it's shooting range. Hunter stored 7. Tank? What the hell's a tank? Oh, shit. I don't like the sound of that either. Alright. Am I allowed to, like, put stuff on the ground temporarily? Use, inspect, no. God damn it. Where's the nearest save room? I can't get up there. I can get down there. Okay. To answer your question, I think mixing climate change will probably involve inconveniencing us in terms of travel times and maybe cheap access to goods. I don't think anyone would need to, like, go hungry or whatever, which is what the scenario in the show would have involved. That's why I was taking it off the table. Bye. Nice Indiana Jones pull, Starbush. And laying off most of the staff. Yeah, there's that. Well, I'm not saying that that won't happen to some extent. I'm just... How do I put this? Layoffs would probably largely be administrative, and I'm not saying those people don't deserve to keep jobs, but I don't think we're going to be looking at a mass layoff situation that we tend to see, say, with video game acquisitions. I'm not saying there won't be any. I just don't think they'll be anywhere near that scale, and that doesn't make it okay. I'm just, you know, for keeping things in perspective. All right. So, hold on. Need to go back. Yeah, I need to go back to the shooting range for some of the stuff that I couldn't pick up. Okay, so which means... Ooh, I can also go in there now, so why don't we do that while we're here? God, so easy to run out of space. One of the Colibris has holed himself up in the management office on the 7th floor. I've seen her and her illusion sitting inside the room crying. Which one is the real one? Oh, that's what that was. That's what that was. I think it's because of that painting in there. Whenever I was close to her, I felt like my mind was being assaulted by the image of that island. The sensation was strong enough to make me hurl. Is there a way to neutralize the transmission? Maybe some sort of feedback loop of the frequency? Yep, nope, I figured that part out. Go me. Huh. Hunter's key. Yeah, I don't have the space for the damn keys. Okay. So let me go back to the stupid frickin' inventory bit again. I know that annoying inventory management is intended as part of the tension, but the fact that it's this irritating even when I've eased off the settings, yeah, I don't agree with that as a design decision. Like, honestly, I think how limited your ammo is already ratchets up the tension plenty. Limiting my inventory this much so that I have to go back and forth, don't super love that. What else do I want to put away for now? I guess I'll put... guess I'll just put the shotgun entirely away for the time being. Hey, Nit. Good to see you. The key, not a bulky item or such. Tell that to my inventory, Beatmaster. Something tangential to Doctor Who I found out recently that made me sad. Last year, the company that was handling CGI, The Mill, laid off 90% of their animators and invested in AI. Of course they did. Well, then I have no interest in their continued existence as a company. And I know that that's cruel, but if they laid off that percentage of their workforce, they clearly don't care about the people who made the whole thing work up until this point. So, yeah, no, management can go ahead and just crash and burn. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I played the first game, Chain of Memories, the second game, and I enjoyed them. But after that, like, I'm like, this is getting ridiculous and convoluted, and I'm good. I'm good. Workshop key. Hello. Nice. Workshop was level 6. So. I remember I was in the late game. I often ended up having to only have one gun on me at the time. Sometimes no gun at all. When I got better at running past the enemies. Inventory hard. Yeah. Like, I don't find, like, by and large, I'm not saying that other people can't find it this way, but I don't find irritating inventory management to be stimulating as a challenge. Like, that's an annoyance. That for me is up there with things like weapon degradation. That, like, I'm not saying there's no reason to make that choice. I just don't much care for it. It strikes me more as irritating busy work than gameplay. Like, I loved the first 3 Diablo games, but like the weapon degradation, or even the fact that you had to identify things, like, was kind of a needless middle step. Okay. Hello, workshop. Replica known issues, part 2. Previous experience with these replica models has given us insight into irregularities in their behavior that stem from the original neural patterns used for these units. So whoever was the basis for the replicas then. Due to the sensitive nature of this information, this document should be destroyed after reading. Despite their normally laid-back demeanor, stars have a strong internal hierarchy, which is important to take into consideration when promoting units to officers. Not promoting a respected unit or prompting a unit low in status or promoting a unit low in status can lead to friction within dorms. Stars will occasionally develop in-group rules involving physical punishments. It is recommended to allow some officers to own military weapons as fetish objects to stabilize their persona. Stork units initially have a short temper. Training them in patience early after deployment is key, as their neural pattern is less stable than other models. Failing to do so may yield an extremely volatile personality prone to cruelty and violence. A common strategy is pairing them closely with an older star unit. Stork's persona stabilizes by showering or bathing. Books on history or mythology work well as fetish objects. What the hell? So I checked, I got that slightly wrong. The Mill's parent company went bankrupt and an AI company bought them. Ah, great. Another reason parent companies frickin' suck. The people who were actually doing the work, did nothing wrong, lose their job anyways. Yeah, how much stuff is there that I can't pick up? Alright. What's this? Oh. Oh, I need to fix the cassette. Yep. I know where the stuff to do that is. I need to go back to the shooting range. Okay. I'm out of inventory space, though, aren't I? Yes, I am. Of course I am. Son of a... Weapon degradation and or stamina create such cheap ways to create tension. I'm not as down on stamina. Like, I can find stamina annoying, and stamina is very easy to get wrong. Stamina, if it's well balanced, I don't mind, because it will force you to vary up your tact. Like, the standard purpose of stamina, well implemented, is to prevent you from cheesing like a particularly powerful thing and just breaking the game. Now, stamina is not the only way to do that. You can have a long cooldown or whatnot, but stamina is one way to... All right, let's put the hunter's key in storage too. Stamina is absolutely one way to try and manage that, so that people can't just, in a game like, and I didn't get very far in this game because of my motion sickness, but a game like Dark Souls, where it doesn't want you to just go in swinging wildly until something falls over. Stamina management, helps create the intended play. If that makes sense. Stamina is very easy to get wrong. You botch your stamina mechanics, and yeah, it is not fun at all. It's tragic because the U.S. has actually pretty good anti-monopoly laws. They're just shit at enforcing them. Lena Khan made some great progress when she was in charge, but alas, understand it. Everything I'm about to say is worse under Trump, but the U.S. has not been properly enforcing its monopoly laws. I'd say since Bush 2. Like, it has gotten worse with time, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, this isn't where I want to be. There we go. But like, the U.S. has been slow. Well, Reagan was the start of that degradation. I think it became really noticeable with Bush too, because like I remember during Clinton, there were a couple of breakups of companies that happened. But then when we got to Bush 2, that didn't really happen much. And then under Obama, who everybody has decided to get rose-tinted glasses about, it happened very little. And him and his administration allowed for a lot of stuff to proceed that really kind of made all of those situations worse. Oh, right. And then, yeah, of course, Trump. Wait, what's a weapons case? Locked with a small padlock. What that? Why would I need that? I'm missing something. The Mills website says they're planning to expand operations again, but who the hell knows what that means with an AI company in charge. It probably just means taking on as much additional work as they can while hiring as few additional people as they can get away with. Would be my guess as to what that means. Shit, get away from me. Not longer than that, but yeah, W didn't help. Yeah, I mean, like, in general, there's a lot of laws on the books in the U.S. at either the state or federal level, which, yeah, I don't understand what the point of that is. I think I need to look up what that thing's deal is. There's lots of laws at both the state or the federal level that either would be great if they were enforced or are horrifying and deliberately aren't enforced, but they don't bother to take them off the books either. We saw some of that happen when Roe v. Wade got overturned and a bunch of really old, really horrifying anti-abortion laws kicked in because for the last 50 years or so, they've been overridden by Roe v. Wade, and nobody bothered to take them off the books. Okay, so that's that fixed. Music player, level 6. Okay. Let's see about getting back to the music player and finding out what's on this cassette. And then I think we'll call it a stream. I had the thought, I don't want to dwell on this too much because we're dipping a little bit more into politics than I usually care to on stream, but I did have the thought the other day that there was a time where being a conservative as a general concept did not necessitate being specifically conservative about everything. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Because, you go back to frickin' Nixon, and yeah, he was a conservative, racist piece of absolute trash. He also started the Environmental Protection Agency and seemed to legitimately want it to succeed. Like, it used to be that, being a conservative did not mean the far right position on all issues, and it really does seem to be that now, which is depressing, especially because it hasn't caused the left to move appropriately in the opposing direction. They have let the right drag them along, and it's depressing as hell. And now I've made myself annoyed, and I don't want to talk about it. It's one of the funny things about living in Vermont. I do feel like, this is a weird thing to say, I do feel like Vermont is one of the few places where you can still find old school conservative, old school Republicans, the ones who actually do have some of the principles that the Republican Party claims to have and has not had for a long time. Like, I don't like our governor. We have a Republican governor we have for a while, and I don't like him, but I would never in a million years put him in the same camp as Trump. And he has deliberately pushed back on Trump multiple times, which, again, I don't want to overpraise the guy, but I think speaks to a mentality that is rapidly going extinct. They're gutting 504 in the ADA as next, plus the ugly laws. Yeah, I know context. I'm sorry. This whole thing is... Talking about Vermont, did you watch the inauguration in NYC? Nope, don't care. Like, to be clear, when I say I don't care, like, I'm glad Mamdani won. I wish him the best and success in all things. But, like, I also... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Where was the other one? Radio transmitter. Right. But, like, I don't live in New York City. I haven't lived in New York City for a long time. I don't have a lot of investment in what happens in New York City. So no, I didn't watch the inauguration. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Mamdani's win overall is a very good thing, and I like most of his policy proposals. I wish him a lot of luck. I would like to see him be a, for lack of a better way to put it, a rallying point, rather than people just pouring their hopes directly into the man. He is just one person in, yes, a very influential city, but, like, the push should be more people like him, not let's all watch him like a hawk and really hope he does good stuff. Like, that's unhelpful as a mentality. All right. And on set to broadcast. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. I do like Swan Lake. Will my broadcasting this cause anything to happen is the question. It made the DNC nervous, which is a good thing. I don't disagree about that. Hold on, the chat scrolled faster than I could read it. A while ago, I was reading something about history of Vietnamese Americans. It struck me as weird that they voted Republican after getting targeted by white supremacists in the 70s. I had to remind myself that the late 70s being Republican wasn't explicitly associated with white supremacy. Not yet. Depended on the area. In some areas it was because the Republican takeover of the South had happened by then. So it was starting to become a thing, but it depended on where you were located. Being actually, honestly, being Democrat or Republican used to mean a very different thing depending on where you were geographically. Like, there was a time, and I'm not saying this isn't still the case lingeringly in a few situations, but it used to be much more, if like a Southern Democrat would be a New England Republican. That used to be kind of the way it was. Increasingly less so. It's bittersweet because we need only reflect on figures like Bernie and Jeremy Corbyn to see that when people present good policies that speak to people, the system resists change. Yeah. I live in New Orleans with my 78-year-old mother. She's terrified that Mondani was elected. I told her we don't live in New York, so why should it bother her? Her racist boomerness comes out all the time. Ugh, I'm sorry. Nit, that's unpleasant. Mondani as the next AOC won't help much. I agree with that context. Again, I wish him the best of luck in what he's trying to do in New York. It should not be a case of, yay, we found a good one. Like, okay, great, find more. That's what movements are. FD Signifier had some great videos on how we need to not put Mondani a weird pedestal and instead learn from his approach and do the work to build a larger movement. Yeah, I agree with that. Swan Lake Siren reminds me of Top Secret. I saw that movie so long ago and I barely remember it. All right. I'm going to grab the revolver ammo that's in here, because if and when I get a revolver, something tells me I'm going to want a lot of ammo for it. And we'll go save the game and call it a stream. Not just find more, but be more. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Obama is a special kind of frustration. And again, unfortunately, because of how much worse things got since then, there is an irritating amount of rose-tinted glasses about him. Hell, there are rose-tinted glasses about frickin' Bush 2 at this point. Simply because, he was just, at least as people remembered him, a bit of a doofus. He was actually a lot worse than that. Some More News did a great couple of videos on him. But anyways, we're going to wrap it up there. So, coming up, tomorrow's video, which is in early access for YouTube memberships and Patreon supporters, on the main channel talks about some of the AI stuff that's gone on with video games lately, and about where we draw the line, or where the line should be drawn, and in some cases even is being drawn. Excuse me. So that's tomorrow's video. There'll be a video here on the Break Room on Sunday about the first episode of Stargate SG-1. Monday will be a new Frack This podcast. That's what's coming up in the immediate. I'll probably stick with this game for now that I've made the adjustments. So I'll probably be back playing this next week. So thank you very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and be well, be safe, and be kind.